Let's unbox and put to the test this automatic pet feeder with a gravity water dispenser. Now, this was gifted to me from iPettie. I have loved everything I have tried from this brand. It is all fantastic and really well thought out, so I'm sure this will be as well. Let's check it out. Now here's what you get right out of the box. The main piece on one side has the water tank. This holds 126 ounces of water and it's gravity fed. Make sure it seals really well. Stick it on in. And it does have a visual so you can see how much water is in it at any time. As for the food, it has a press down button on the top. So you have to press down first before it'll come undone. And then right here, it actually has a spot for a desiccant so you can keep that food tasting fresh. And it does come with your first desiccant packet. Just pop that on in and that will absorb any moisture. And then this food tank can hold 176 ounces of food. And you can see at the bottom that it has the rotary that's going to spin. And on the front, you can see how much food you have left in the feeder. And then if you need to get to more of this, you actually can press two sides on it. And the whole top where the tanks are will lift off. And that not only gives you easy access for cleaning these output ports here, but the main thing is it lets you get to the base of the feeder. It's just these rubbery points in this brush here. You'll just want to make sure to get in here every once in a while, and that's really nice and accessible. And then on the bottom, you can see it has these little rubber feet so it won't slide. You have your main power outlet right here to plug it in, and it does have an on-off switch. And then right here, you have your double D batteries access points. You can put those in. Those are fantastic for emergencies. As for the bowls, these are melamine. So this is what your cat's chin is going to rub against, which I feel really good about. I prefer that my cats do not rub their chins directly against the plastic, just because one of my cats gets a little acne. So this is where the melamine food bowl rests, and it magnetically connects right in front of the food dispenser. And then this is where the water bowl rests, and it actually goes under and then pops up and in. And because iPettie thinks of everything, they also included this nice scrub brush to keep everything clean. So now I'll fill this up, plug it in, and we'll set up the app. I just put on the water tank and it is already filling up the water bowl. Now the food is in as well. And now that it's plugged in, I can just open up the app and it will immediately recognize this device. It uses the Smart Life app. It's a very common app for a lot of smart devices. So I already have an account with it, but if you don't, you will have to set up an account first. And this is a Wi-Fi enabled device, which I think is key when it comes to any pet device. And now I'm in. So let's go over what this app can do. It can show my feed statistics. It can show a record of what's happened. Since it's brand new, there's nothing there yet. At the bottom, I can click on schedule and I can create a schedule of when it feeds and how many portions it feeds. Now, when it comes to portions, these devices usually are 1/12 cup portions. That said, it really depends on the size and shape of your kibble. You saw how the bottom device works. It's going to have so much kibble fall into it, and then it's going to spin in a circle and dispense one at a time. And if you have really large or oddly sized kibble, you're probably going to get less and potentially an inconsistent amount each time. Whereas if you have smaller kibble like I do, it should be more consistent. Now past that, I can go up to settings and I can see its power supply, whether or not it needs a desiccant replaced. I can set up a replacement reminder for that. And I can turn on or off the lights and the child lock and set different notifications. So far, this is very easy to understand, very simple. It's covering all the bases that I want to see. So let's see how much food comes out in a portion. I'm just going to do feed now. And I fully expected, and I'm right, that the first portion was not correct. So I'm going to have it run one portion again. And now it looks like it's starting to do a full portion. And that one serving came in a little below 1.5 tablespoons. Now I just ran it multiple times and it was consistently giving me 1.5 tablespoons every time. So 3 portions equals 1/4 cup. And that is what I'm usually going to use. And for teasing my cat so much, I'll give him some as well. Now, if you want to just do a manual feeding, you can always run it on the side. It has a few buttons on the side. The first button, you can actually record yourself talking to it, and then it will play your recording when it feeds. The second button is a manual feeding, and the third button is to reset the entire device. So I'm gonna hold the first button and see if I can record myself. Time to get some food. It's pretty tinny, but it does play a little sound. So now if I hit the feed button here, it did 1 serving and then it said my little recording. Overall, I am incredibly impressed with the simplicity of this incredible machine. I love how slim it is, how it's providing consistent servings every time. It's easy to clean, and that it actually has gravity-fed water as well. And my cat definitely approves.